All right. Are we live? Are we finally live? And why in the world is okay? All right. Streamlabs is being a pain today. We appear to be live. We appear to be live. What the deal, everybody? You are now tuned into your host, the hottest voice in cryptocurrency, Mr. Too Rich, trying to get this camera and everything adjusted right. We we don't have, like I said, Streamlabs is acting up today. Is acting up today, and for some reason, it doesn't have me looking as clear as I normally do, and all of this, that, and the third. Okay. All right, but anyway, before you tune off to the video, this is what we got going on. I was talking about yesterday in my live stream that the market is on sale. I went onto another channel and I was talking and I went and I commented because another individual that posted something similar talking about the market is on sale. Have your shopping list ready. And in the midst of all of that, someone in the comments said, "Hey, I got 10 grand. What would you guys?" He didn't actually just ask me. He was like, what would you guys recommend I invest in? I got 10 grand. Well, now I'm not sure if this wasn't on my channel. So I'm not sure what the other guy posted. But here's my response to that. Initially, the first thing that you must consider, like in this person's case, I got 10 grand. First thing you got to think about is, do you really have 10 grand? What does that mean? That means, is this 10 grand, if you talk about investing, you only should be investing money that you can afford to lose. So when I say, do you really have this 10 grand? I am asking that from the standpoint of, if you lost that 10 grand in the market because you suddenly thought that you were going to be a successful trader, and then you get out there and start doing leverage and all of this other stuff, not realizing that at least 8 out of every 10 traders lose money or wipe out their accounts. I've even heard successful traders say that they've blown out their account multiple times before they've really caught on and began to make profitable trades and learn how to be an effective and efficient trader and a profitable trader. Being a profitable trader is not something that a lot of people have the emotional fortitude for, to be quite honest with you. And a lot of people just don't want to accept that. So when I say, do you have it? I'm talking about from the standpoint of, do you have that 10 grand? Can you afford to lose that 10 grand if you decided to get out here doing some dumb shit like trading on 50x leverage and 100x leverage and all that shit? I can't say some dumb shit. But if you're not an experienced trader and you don't fuck with that, then I suggest as a new person that you don't fuck with that. So, do you really have that 10 grand? Is there something you can afford to lose? Next, when I say, do you really have that 10 grand? I'm speaking from the standpoint, are we still live? Yeah. I'm speaking from the standpoint of your portfolio takes a 50% dip. It's possible. We just had a 20, 30% dip. Your portfolio takes a 30, 40% drop. If you get all tight in the chest and you're thinking about panic selling and all and all this, that, and the third, if one massive dip does not if one massive dip inspires you to panic sell, then you probably should, then that's another way that I would say, you really don't have that 10 grand. You know, so when you say I have 10 grand to invest, start there, and start with those thought processes because you're not, well, once again, start right there. Let's start right there. Next thing that I would say is you need to set, not you, but this individual, whoever they may be, they need to have a goal of what their investment, what is their investment goals? What are you trying to reach, and what are you trying to do with the investment of these funds? For example, me, I'm investing my goal. I have a multi-year time horizon. And shoot, I mean, so dips and everything work good for me because I have a longer time horizon than most. I have in mind when I'm going to be taking profits on certain coins and positions, which positions I'm not going to touch at all, no matter what, even if it hurts, uh, and I have a strategy and a goal. I know what I want my capital to do. I know where I'm trying to go with it, and I invest in accordance with the goals that I have for myself. So, I said that to say the first thing you need to do is define what your time horizon is. How long are you putting this money to work? What is your risk management? What type of profit taking strategies do you have? How long are you going to be holding this stuff? For example, is this 10 grand, 10 grand that you really have? If you lose it, it's whatever. You're going to be good regardless. This is not the emergency fund. You know what I'm saying? That if the pandemic, whatever, goes into, it just kicks way up and starts to cut off your livelihood, this is not money that you got to use for that. This is money that you just got to put out there, and you just trying to have it to build up money to give to a child, for example. If your whole goal is, oh well, I'm buying Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies so that I can give it to my grandchild, to give them something that pass down some type of wealth to them to give them a head start. Okay, that's different than someone who has a multi-year time horizon on certain investments, but other investments, I'm building it up to put back to work in the market. I'm building my crypto portfolio because I plan on taking those gains and leveraging those gains and putting them into the real estate market. But that's just me. So what I do in my investments And my investment strategy and the coins that I pick are different than someone who is investing, who sees the long-term benefit, got it, they're covered all around, all of their bills are paid, they're good with all of their financial picture, and you're doing something for long term to give, to pass down, and is not something for you, you just doing it to pass down. Your investment strategy is different than mine. You are going to pick blue chip, more blue chip style uh, coins and projects. You're going to be one who, well, everybody needs to do the due diligence. But the plays that an individual with a long term growth perspective is different than someone like me that really has two perspectives, two points of view. One point of view is my long term holds, and then another point of view are my mid-term holds that I'm building strictly to go back into the market to to come up and to true be told, to cover some of these losses that I've had in other businesses. I mean, it is what it is. I've lost a lot of money in voiceover, a lot of money doing voiceover. I've lost a lot of money doing voiceover. Literally, literal money, and then I've lost a ton of opportunity cost as well. So when we talk about how would I invest $10,000, and I know what some of you might be saying, you haven't given no coins. You haven't said nothing about what to actually invest in. Well, that's because before you can actually come up with an appropriate plan of what things would function well in your portfolio, in an individual's portfolio, they must go through and take into consideration the other things. Any coins that I would sit here and recommend right now are going to be coins that I already own. Are going to be stuff that I believe in myself right now. I mean, I try to talk about blue chips, for my, when I'm on my channel. And I honestly try not to even talk about coins at all. I encourage you to do your own research, do your own due diligence. You have to learn how to pick these coins. You know how to do your own due diligence, and at the very least, research the researcher. Then you'll find yourself relying on the advice of other people and of talking heads who can very easily just be shilling you their shit. And these coins may or may not be a good fit for your portfolio and your investment goals and strategies. So, where would I invest $10,000? It's honestly a question that you have to ask yourself, because where I'm coming from and what I'm doing is not going to be what you and what you're coming from and what you're doing. Now, sure, I can sit here and say, well, Bitcoin is digital, is the new digital, is going to grow to be digital gold, a store of value. That's a great choice. I could go through here and say, Ethereum is the decentralized operating system of the web, and you got DeFi built on top of it, and a ton of things going on. And I could say that, and I could say proportionately this toward Bitcoin, and excuse me, and that toward Ethereum, and then this toward Chainlink because it's an Oracle, and that toward that one because it does this, and this toward VeChain because It's a company that deals with supply chains, and and we can go down the list. Aave, because it's one of the blue chips in the DeFi space, and and we could go through all of that, but the truth of the matter is, everybody's investment strategy is different and should be different because everybody's investment goals are not the same. So, as I wrap this video up, the answer to the question of how would I came back up 35. If you are one of these people who, if you see it go from 40 grand to 30 grand, and then you're like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, then you know, this may not be for you. And truth be told, that's what any investment. It's gonna be some ups, it's gonna be some downs. So really honestly, before anyone can actually say you should invest in this, and this, you need to first know what your time horizon is. What's your time horizon? What's your goals? What's your risk tolerance? And have some risk management in place. With that being said, as always, DCA is the way. The only real color that matters is green. You have been listening to the hottest voice in cryptocurrency, Mr. Too Rich, your Southern Urban voice. We are going to get in here and get some work done. It don't stop. Been up for 24 hours. Hey, this is what we do out here. We got to go get it regardless. Who needs sleep? Let's get it.